Caitlin Clark's rise in the WNBA has ignited a storm of reactions across the basketball world, with NBA legends and current players weighing in on her unprecedented success and the scrutiny she faces. Her ability to dominate the court, break records, and bring new attention to women's basketball has left many in shock, but also stirred jealousy and criticism from some players. With all the spotlight and attention comes criticism, and Clark has had to endure harsh comments and even bullying from some of her peers. Since entering the WNBA, Clark has faced immense pressure to live up to the hype that surrounded her college career. Many questioned whether she could replicate her college success in the pros, but Clark didn't just meet expectations, she exceeded them. Setting record after record, Clark quickly became the face of the WNBA, commanding attention both on and off the court. Her debut game attracted 2.1 million viewers, setting a new benchmark for viewership in women's basketball. NBA legends have not been silent about the treatment Clark has received. Charles Barkley, always known for speaking his mind, was quick to defend Clark against the bullies. In a heated rant on live television, Barkley called out those who criticize her, labeling them as petty, and suggesting they should be grateful for the attention and revenue Clark has brought to the league.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes. LeBron, you are 100% right. Y'all girls, stop being petty. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Well, they're gonna hate.
His comments reflect the frustration many feel when watching Clark being targeted by some WNBA veterans who seem threatened by her rise. LeBron James, often regarded as one of the greatest to ever play the game, also took to social media to voice his support for Clark. LeBron, who faced similar scrutiny as a young player entering the NBA, empathized with Clark and offered advice on how to handle the pressure. LeBron said,
"My advice to Caitlin, and my advice to anyone that comes in with this, this level of like notoriety, out of this world expectation, whatever the case may be, I just think it's all about having, be a horse, man. The Kentucky Derby, put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, kind of keep your mouth shut, and just learn from the vets. When they ask, you voice your opinion if they want your opinion, man, early on, because everybody is looking for you to say anything and they're going to splice it and cut it and make it a negative thing. And I think for her, the one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history. They flew private. That should be celebrated in its own right. For anyone that's, in sports that's flown commercial or flown, charter, that should be celebrated. And it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it up.
Reinforcing the idea that staying focused on her craft is the best way to silence the noise. LeBron's respect for Clark is visible in his continued support of her, and his belief in her talent mirrors the admiration many NBA players have also expressed. Clark's game has also often been compared to Steph Curry, easily one of the best shooters in NBA history. Curry himself has praised Clark for her shooting range, calling her fearless and noting that no shot is a bad shot when you can shoot as well as she can.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine, and then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot it's like that. It's at that level. But if you really watch, her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package. And her being the fringe of breaking that record, and the amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple years. Every building she goes into, there's a different energy. Like, it's great for her, great for women's basketball.
This praise from Curry, who revolutionized the way basketball is played with his deep shooting, really shows Clark's place as a transformative figure in the sport. Even Luka Doncic, one of the brightest stars in the NBA, chimed in to say that Clark reminds him of Curry. "She's like a female Steph Curry," Luka remarked after witnessing one of Clark's impressive performances, even joking that Clark might shoot better than him. When players like Luka and Curry acknowledge your greatness, it's clear that Clark's influence is being felt beyond the WNBA, and anyone bullying her really needs to stop. But it's not just about the comparisons to NBA stars. Clark's impact on the WNBA itself is undeniable. Her debut season has been filled with record-breaking performances, from triple-doubles to three-point shooting, and her presence has brought new fans to the league. Games featuring Clark and the Indiana Fever have consistently drawn higher viewership, with her debut game breaking ESPN's WNBA viewership records. The league has seen an unprecedented rise in merchandise sales, particularly Clark's jerseys, which have become some of the best-selling items in all of sports. However, with great success comes great responsibility, and Clark has faced an onslaught of targeted defense from WNBA players. Many veterans have tried to make a statement by playing rougher against her, seeing her as a threat to their status in the league. Former NBA player Nick Young, known for his flashy style and bold personality, commented on this during a podcast with Gilbert Arenas. Young expressed admiration for Clark's ability to stay composed under pressure, advising her to keep playing her game and ignore the haters, especially after all these players are racially bullying her. Young said, "They woke up a monster," acknowledging that Clark's resilience will only make her stronger. Gilbert Arenas, another former NBA star, took the conversation further by criticizing Team USA's decision to snub Clark from the Olympic roster. He argued that leaving Clark off the team was a huge mistake, one that would cost millions of viewers. Arenas also pointed out that in the past, stars like Magic Johnson were allowed on the team because of their talent and popularity, and Clark undoubtedly fits that mold. Her jersey sales alone should have been enough to secure her a spot on the roster, and the current bullying she is experiencing is unacceptable. The comparisons between Caitlin Clark and NBA legends don't stop with Curry and LeBron. Many have said Clark's impact on the WNBA is similar to Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. The rivalry between Clark and Angel Reese, two of the brightest young stars in the league, is a similar reminder of the Magic-Bird rivalry that helped elevate the NBA to new heights in the 1980s. Magic Johnson himself has acknowledged this similarity, expressing excitement about what Clark and Reese's rivalry could do for the WNBA. Draymond Green and Derek Fisher have also spoken highly of Clark's ability to change the game. They, along with other NBA veterans, have drawn comparisons between her and Magic Johnson for her passing ability and leadership on the court. Clark's versatility, her ability to score, pass, and control the game has drawn admiration from across the basketball world. They also mentioned how being the face of the league means she will get more attention, both positive and negative. But other players need to stop with the bullying. Kevin Durant was also equally impressed when he first saw Clark play, immediately recognizing her as the best player in women's basketball, and the bullying needs to stop. Despite all the praise, there are still some who believe that Clark isn't the clear frontrunner for Rookie of the Year. Big names like Shaq, Jaylen Brown, and Emmanuel Quickley have pointed out that Angel Reese is also having an incredible season and should be in the conversation for the award. While Reese is undoubtedly talented, the numbers Clark has put up in her rookie year are hard to ignore. In August alone, she averaged 24 points, 8.5 assists, and 5.2 rebounds per game, earning her the Rookie of the Month award for the third time. She also became the first rookie in WNBA history to earn Player of the Month honors, further cementing her place as one of the league's brightest stars. Clark's response to all the noise has been typical, where she hasn't engaged in the drama or the hate, choosing instead to let her game do the talking. Kevin Garnett, a Hall of Famer who understands what it means to deal with pressure, sees this as a sign of Clark's maturity and respect from her peers. Garnett said, "When you're the best, people come for you," noting that the rough defense Clark faces is a compliment to her skill. Clark has been hit with some intense bullying from other teams in her first season, where she has actively been sought after and shouldered, pushed, and even elbowed. It seems like a lot of these attacks are racial-driven, and that some of these players are coming after her for totally separate reasons that are not acceptable in basketball. One thing is for sure, Clark will continue to shatter expectations and set new standards for the WNBA. WNBA. Her journey, from being a college sensation to becoming a professional star, is inspiring to watch. With NBA legends backing her and her game continuing to evolve, there's no doubt that Caitlin Clark is not just the future of women's basketball. She's a force that is changing the entire sport.